Oh boy, I'm live. Oh boy. Waiting for the kids to come in. We're telling your followers that you've started a live video. Make sure my cords are all secure so I'm not going to knock anything off over here. Put that way over there. Way out of the way. Ooh, the kids are joining the live stream. Oh boy. Until then, we'll just listen. We'll give everyone we'll give everyone a couple minutes to jump in. Oh my god, there's 19 people in here already having a stream. Wow. Wow, I'm really good at this. Hello, Mason. I'll give everyone a couple more minutes to jump in here. We'll start going over the survey results. Hello, Ryder. Who's joining in here? I have like my phone pinched in between a couple things, so I gotta like look around here and be like, who's joining? I gotta look around I have like my Yeti right here holding up one side, and then I have my wallet over here holding up the other. It's quite budget. It's quite a budget setup for a live stream, right, Meow? You guys, is the audio okay? You guys hear everything okay? I'm gonna make sure everything can hear everything. Everyone can hear everything. Hello. Hello. A little background music. Oh, just got a DM for that. I'm gonna have to check that in a minute. So it looks like 20 might be the most we get, so we could... yeah, this should be saved. Unless I totally screw something up, if you miss anything from here, you'll be able to see this after it saves and loads to the, where does it go? IGTV? But yeah, it should be. Well, so what I'm listening to right now on YouTube is the Chill Vibes. It's on the Chili Music YouTube channel. It's the Chill Vibes Lo-Fi Hip Hop, that 24-hour one. I usually listen to Insomniac TV, but every now and then they'll play some songs or some music that has like profanity in it. The Lo-Fi Vibes, how are you gonna swear with Lo-Fi? Like, it's the wrong vibe, bro. All right, let's get cracking into this thing. So we're gonna go over the current Surveymonkey results that we have. Actually, we have 109. Yesterday, can you use M4 mags on a Glock? I don't know. Can you? So yesterday when I made the announcement, we were at like 98, and in the last maybe 24 or so hours, we picked up like another 10. That sounds like math. So obviously the age range, no one should be surprised that out of 109 responses, 46 of those are between 14 and 17, and then 34 between 18 and 21, and then everything else below that goes... everything else goes below like 7 and lower. So the basic age is from 14 to 21. That's a brunt of everyone. You are allowed to be on the speed field if you have your own gun. If you have a basic rental, keep your peasant self off my speed field. Self-equipped players only. No basic rentals. No peasants on the speed field. Get them out. Pretty much everyone lives in Sacramento or Placer County. So about 60 folks out of 109. So 55% live in Sacramento, 26 live in Placer County. Obviously, let me turn the music down a little. There we go. Oh no, my phone is tilted. Whoop. Whoop. There we are. Kevin in the house. Hello, Kevin. Most people are not in school, or they're at Los Rios, scattered throughout, or Roseville or San Juan. Probably a lot of kids going to Center since we're next door to Center High School. This I thought was cool. 55% of the folks responded have been playing since Airsoft Ministry. That's not too surprising. When we started True Aim, we figured we'd lose about 15 to 20% of the airsoft ministry population just purely because of the price interest. That was more like we lost about 10% of the players because we increased our prices back in from the airsoft ministry to True Aim days. So that's actually better than we expected. Yeah, or homeschool. That's correct. 38% started last year, so that's cool. 5% started this year. We're 27 days into the year. I'm doing great things right now. Most 59% of folks heard about us through word of mouth, through friends or family. Ooh, Kevin sent me a voice message. Friends or family told them about it. Google search. That one's an interesting one for me. So if you responded to Google search, kind of throw it in the chat, like, how did you find out about Google? So did you find out about us through a friend and then you Googled us? Or did you just Google, like, Airsoft Sacramento and then boom, we pop up? Hello, Brian. So I thought that was cool. So word of mouth, basically. And then a handful either saw it on Instagram or drove past it, or birthday parties or something like that. So I'm curious to see, as I kind of play with marketing strategies and sort of like paid promotions, I'm curious to see how those numbers change throughout the year. So I'm very interested. Airsoft near me. Yeah, that seems interesting. Kevin, with the spamming of the voice messages, what are you doing in my personal DMs right now, Boo? What kind of 66% use full face mask? That's my favorite question. I'm a huge full face mask guy. I get the eye and face bro thing. I get that. Just eye protection, 8%. You guys are savages. I hope you have dental insurance. Most are using, so 90% are using rifles, 60%. Now, when they say 90 and 60, they mean of the total number, not just 90 and then everything is broken down from there. 90% using rifles, 60, almost 70% using pistols. Wow, top 5, Tokyo Marui, G&G, Polar Star, Speed QB, Dye, big brands. 511 in there. 511 slightly more popular than Crytek and PTS. I found that interesting. I guess 511's fairly, I don't want to say budget, fairly affordable and quality. Most, again, same thing. Most folks owning Tokyo Marui, G&G, Speed QB, Dye, PTS, Polar Star, Elite Force, duh. Not a lot of folks rocking Virtue or Voodoo Tactical. That's interesting. This I thought was cool. Question 10, where do you get your airsoft gear? Obviously, the top tier, 71%, is going to be from the online eBay store. Duh. That's where we buy our inventory to sell to you. And then second, it's 63%. Pardon me. You get from us. So we go 71% e-bike online, 63% True Aim, and then 49% this AEX store in Rancho. Out of 109 folks that took this survey, 69 of them are buying their stuff through us. Only 54 are physically driving to Rancho Cordova to buy stuff from AEX. I thought that was cool. And then 44 are getting from Amazon. So that's great. I'm really happy with that. AEX ain't gonna be happy with that. I'm happy with that. Why do they shop? Best prices, support community. No surprise there. How much do you usually spend? Bro, this is what I find interesting. What people are spending on their first gun is anywhere between about $100 to $240. Holy frog in the... I've been yelling all day. Most folks are spending about $100 to $240 on their first gun. And then now that they're kind of into it, a lot of folks are breaking that $250 to $300 plus range. That's pretty neat. So usually what happens is, let's say you start with like a pistol or a G&G combat machine or something like that, and then you play with that for a while, and that's about that 200, 220-ish range. And then you play with that for a while and go, this was fun, I want to buy another gun. And then you get like maybe a Crytek or like a KWA, like a T10. I sold a lot of T10s. So that's cool. Most folks using AEG second to HPA. That's groovy. Question 15, do you also play at other fields? What's the percentage on this? 44% said no. 25% said sometimes. 14% rarely. That's cool. And then what fields do you play at? APA and CQB City. I'm not surprised at that. I mean, it's driving range. Kind of with Stockton, depending on how far you like to drive. How often do folks play? Most folks are only playing 1 day a week. It's usually Saturday or Sunday, and that is a 65% margin on those folks. After that, it goes down to 15%, just play Sundays, 12%, just play Saturdays, and some mixed throughout there. A lot of them are not on teams, but they do want to be on a team. That's pretty significant to me. I do have some plans for that. So because of that, the two questions that I'm looking at now, are you on an Airsoft team? 68% said no. Do you want to be on an Airsoft team? 34% said yes. So I am crafting an event for those two metrics, or those two responses that I got back. So I actually look at these and I am making changes and crafting events literally based on these survey results. Top favorite field, no surprise, main field, speed field, wasteland, side field. No one should be surprised at that. 31% have not played on the speed field at all. 68% have. 70% do not regularly play on the speed field. 29% regularly play on the speed field. That's, if you look at like an average Sunday, that's about what that will look like in practice. If they haven't, they like playing in large groups. Okay, yeah. Speed field isn't designed for large groups. It's really 5-on-5. I mean, private parties, we've crammed 8-on-8s in there. It's a cluster, but it's a fun cluster to watch. And it's birthday party, so they don't care. I don't have a speed loadout. I find this interesting. Now, we're still on the why haven't you played? I don't have a speed loadout. This is interesting because to me there's no such thing as a speed loadout. I can go on there with any gun, magazines in my pockets, and I'll just wreck kids all day. But you got to remember, now it's a difference between skill versus equipment. So it's how do I want to word this? There's no such thing as a speed loadout. You can have some more efficient loadouts, but there's no such. You don't need a specific loadout for the speed field. That's a myth. If you want to be on there, you just need a gun. Don't have a partner. I'm not that good. Lol, fair. I did not know there was one. So True Aim switchers are 25. What's the cost to get air bunkers at True Aim? I'm not. We might do air bunkers. Maybe not. We're probably going to stick with the totes, the IBC totes on the wasteland, and wood on the speed field for now. Just because it's less hassle to deal with. Because we have air bunkers, we have to store them, we have to pull them out, inflate them. We're lazy. We don't want to do it. So probably never going to get air bunkers. We explored it, and we're like, Some folks don't know there is a speed field. That's cool. Kind of. So that's a marketing thing I got to work on. Never played competitive, blah, 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 but I want to. I have, not into that kind of airsoft. That's fine. Haven't been there long enough to play the field. That's fine. Not really a fan. Haven't tried it. Not available. Not a fan. Not my style. That's cool. So most of the responses on why haven't you played on the speed field, most of them kind of go, it looks cool. Not really my jive. Groovy. I've made that a specific experience for a specific reason. Too chunky. Never have been. I mean, it's not stopping Lonnie. Well, it's not stopping Heavy either. It's not stopping Adam. It's not stopping any of the thick boys. Sometimes they'll... Oh. This is common, is usually you'll have friends, like, jump on for, like, some quick one-on-ones, like, in between games or something. That trend seems to be pretty popular. So let's say you go through a whole 10-minute main field game and you still have, like, 4 mags full of ammo. I've seen kids walk down the path and they'll jump on the speed field and they'll just waste a couple mags on each other, go back, top off, and by that time another main field game's ready to go. haven't got the chance, but I really want to. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty much the same answers over and over again. Lol, speeds up. Hilarious. Don't have the right gear. Again, there's no such thing as the right gear. Oops, there was a problem loading your responses. Well, that's a pain. What do you like most about the speed field? I am creating a video to answer this also. So I am doing some content to highlight my speed field. Good painting and cover. Yeah, I'm trying to... So I want to make the speed field as decorative as possible. That's why I have Eli painting it. I want it to look like an art gallery that you can shoot a kid in the face with and not get in trouble. That's like, if you look at Project N1 and how they have like a lot of their stuff painted, I love that street art look. So I got guys, if you want to paint something on there, slide my DMs, homie. Small size. So most of the responses for a lot of, like, what do you like about the speed field? It's kind of that same group of, like, COD players that like shipment. Like, I don't want to think, I don't want to walk far, I want to run, sprint, shoot, go back to respawn. Run, sprint, shoot, go back to respawn. The speed field in the Wasteland has got to be the most ADD-friendly thing you can do in Airsoft. Kind of fun, fast-paced, constant action. Easier than main field, shortness matches. Turf easy on knees. Who you telling? Yeah. Moving on. Have you played the Wasteland? 52% yes, 47% have not played on the Wasteland. Guys, get your butt on the Wasteland. Super fun. So the main concept I have for the Wasteland right now is, you see like those big white crate looking things, those are IBC totes, like those big white boxes and those plastic square cubey things in the cages. Slowly, as we can acquire them, those will be all you will see on the Wasteland. Like, I want to make it like kind of Minecrafty, I guess, in my old boomer dad attempt to give an analogy that the hip young kids will understand. Who is revving there? Bro, this is a neighborhood, for goodness sakes. No one on my block owns a motors. Someone want to fight? Anyway. So the Wasteland slowly will have just all IBC totes, so we can constantly change that layout, because to lift those up and to stack one on top of the other, it's just a two-person lift. That's it. But if you just want to move those singles around, I mean, you can kind of do those on your own. I moved the entire layout around on my own with some rope and Davis. We just started stacking stuff on there. So yeah, like the Western theme. I want to try and make a castle out of that. Right now, IBC totes that are non-food grade, so that we need non-food grade totes. If you have a line on some fairly clean looking IBC totes that are non-food grade, cheaper than $50 a pop, hit me up. The Wasteland is, to answer your question, yes, it is. So the way I have all four fields is the main field is always regulated with all of the refs and rules and all that. But if you don't want to jive with that, if you want to go do something else with like you and 6 homies, you have the Wasteland, speed field, and side field that you can kind of go off on your own and do your own thing there. And all 3 of those fields should be able to give you a very specific experience. So like if you look at the side field, it's very narrow, it's very tug of war. So it's not a lot of movement space. It's really, you're only going to go that way or that way. That's kind of it. The Wasteland is next to the speed. It's if you go to the far side of the main field, it's directly behind the far side spawn. The Wasteland, the speed field, and the side field are basically player run. With some, sometimes I'll go back and make sure everyone's being nice. But it's player run. So if like you don't want to play a TDM or you don't want to play domination, go on the side field, the speed field, or the Wasteland. Go do your own thing with your buddies. We don't care. That's what they're there for. To lessen the pressure of the main field and also to let kids have more specific experiences that they want to do. So you don't just have to be tied to whatever we're doing on the main field. Someone asked about, let me scroll. We will never do elevated ground. Not going to happen. It's too much of a hassle. Never, ever, 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 ever. What do you like about the wasteland? Same. It's same thing. Scrolling through here, the results are the same. It's great. Not that big, smaller, more specific experience. A lot of players never have been. That's cool. Kind of. Interesting field, pretty comfy to go on. What's funny is if you check out who plays the speed field and on a Sunday, look at who's on the speed field and then who's on the wasteland. It's funny because like the wasteland is becoming slowly like this amateur speed field basically. So on the speed field, you'll see like teams out there practicing and doing their thing and just it like a professional vibe. And then on the side field, on the wasteland, you'll see like a bunch of younger kids just out there with like their Lancer tacticals and Falcon masks and stuff, just doing whatever they want. But those kids on the wasteland are too scared or intimidated to go on the speed field because those guys are pros, blah, 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 blah. It's funny for me to watch. I always find that interesting. Containers, multiple stacking, rearrange them. I did, so as we are able to acquire more IBC totes, you will start to see the layout on the wasteland specifically change, and I will start to pull off all that older wood stuff. But again, that's completely contingent upon us getting more IBC totes, and let me tell you how hard that is right now to not get them super expensive. We broke. We ain't broke, we ain't poor. But I'm not trying to drop $60 to $80 on one of those IBC totes. No, dude, I'm not doing that. I'll just wait. What would you like to see, or what would you like to change about the speed, field, or wasteland? Nothing. They are perfectly fine. You're darn right. Clean up the BBs as much as possible. So we do have a system where we're going to start trying to clean up the BBs on the speed and the wasteland fields maybe monthly or so. I have a couple filtration devices I'm going to try and use to separate the black rubber and the BBs. I got to kind of janky homemade a few things. But yeah, that is the plan. Now that the grass is starting to grow because we're approaching springtime, slipping on the main field shouldn't be that bad. I am going to start having guys out there every couple weeks trying to lessen the BBs. But you guys got to, like, we're getting, on an average Saturday plus Sunday, we will get 200 to 300 players on a Saturday, Sunday, just spamming everywhere. Do you know how almost impossible it is to try and keep that field not littered with BBs? Like, you're fighting the tide at that point. So we're going to try and do the best we can in some spots, but watch your footing. Haha, good luck. This question, I don't understand this response. So the question we're still on is, what would you like to see change about the speed field or wasteland? This says regularize, not speed soft on speed field. I do not understand what that means. I mean, it's called the speed field. That's the other thing. You got to keep in mind, I don't believe in speed soft or milsim. It's all just airsoft to me. So I don't know what any of that stuff means. No one can quantify what is and is not one or the other, so I just create fun airsoft stuff. How close is the wasteland? So bio BBs take a couple years to break down. So it'll help, but how close is the wasteland field to be fully set with those? That's a great question. A fourth, maybe? If I were to quantify it, maybe about a quarter of the way there. Maybe? Actually, we did milsimize the speed field and the wasteland when we did Warzone. But no one wants to come out to Milsim Day because you dorks don't want to read rules. So, And keep hanging out with all the casuals and the birthday kids on Saturday, Sunday. I don't care. Still make money. That Milsim Day, you missing out on some nerdy fun. I'm going to dress up like Deckard Cain meets an eagle, basically. Can't you make it a rule to do only 3 shots? Yeah. Good luck trying to enforce that awesomeness. Let me tell you how impossible that is to enforce. There is a rule. We've had it for a while. You know what every kid does when they get out there? Oh, is that a plastic bottle? Oh, is that a wall? Good luck. Other than that, dress it up more. We're trying to do that. Clear and level the ground around the speed field. Oh, for better staging. So we do have kind of some plans that we want to make some staging areas better. So right now we're using folding tables. I want to switch the staging area for Wasteland and the speed field to those big wooden spools. That way people won't steal them. Or there's a lesser chance of them stealing them, and they're a little bit more permanent. But again, acquisition, trying to get those things to be affordable. The sunset mornings are brutal on one side. Oh, you're talking about, yeah. So the sunlight, you're talking about like how sunlight impacts you based on, yeah, not gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. Good luck. Good luck. There's a reason why a lot of the pictures you're gonna see from the field are taken from the near side of the field, because when you go to the church side of the field, trying to look into the field, you're in direct, it's a nightmare. Those big shade trees do help a lot of times, but good luck. Good luck. You guys really did great with the speed field. I know, we're awesome. Would like more coverage options for cover on the wasteland. That's fair. That's a fair critique. Not having those little gaps. Oh, you're talking about the gaps in between, like when I stack the IBC totes? Good luck. Just honor system a rule. We're like, hey, no shooting through the gaps, and then good luck. We tried cramming like some turf scraps in there. We might keep doing that. Yeah. More bunkers, working on it. More bunkers on the speed field. That's interesting because speed field's pretty cluttered by design. I am trying to get some more trash cans out there. So I need to I need to buy more trash cans because ours are starting to fall apart. So I got to start shopping around for some bulk order Rubbermaid trash cans. Pardon me. I'll probably start doing that in the next couple weeks. Yeah, we were considering, we were considering putting a single, like a smaller porta potty out by the speed field in the wasteland. The problem will be, how can I say this politically? How can I be polite about this? Other persons during the week sneaking on there and using it for, say, a shelter or to do something they shouldn't be doing that breaks the law. So we're not going to be putting a porta potty down by the speed field because of how many additional problems that will create for us during our off hours or when we're not there during the week. So that's a thing we have to consider. We have considered a third, big oof, right? We have considered a third single unit porta potty, the non-ADA ones. We just have to explore what's going on with that. And also everything is going up in price right now, which is weird because all the services we have that we have to pay for, not your service. So like our porta potty rentals are going up. Other things we're starting to pay for are going up. So we have to kind of wait and see where things settle, and then we have to look at prices. That's fun. Big oof. Like, 'cause if you remember back in the speed field, I had to tear out homie's little stash shelter he had because he stole a bunch of our plywood and made like this weird shanty thing to try and camouflage a shopping cart. That was a fun way to spend a Saturday morning. How many refs would you like on a normal day? We're 3 to 4 is what we're trying to do pending staffing. So anytime I have the staffing. I try to have 3 on the main field and 1 kind of roaming around checking on the other fields as well. Usually I do that, and that's why you see me walking around a lot. I'm checking the fields and doing like 5 other things at once. So, yeah, super fun. Do you like our current game length of no more than 10 minutes? 54% said yes, but then 34% said no, please vary them. So our standard format is 10 on, 10 off. I have instructed my staff that if they see a game is pretty even and everyone's having fun, kick that bad boy up to 15 minutes. Extend it by 5 more minutes. I'm okay with that. But again, you have to remember, bro, it's a neighborhood, for goodness sakes. Can you turn your freedom down, sir? So my staff have a standing order that if they see everything is kind of even and fun, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let the Reynolds shoot each other. Do we really have more refs in GamePod? Side ref about GamePod that I might do again at some point on my personal IG. Everybody knows what my stance is on that. Moving on. Most people prefer 15 minutes, so 55% of our survey kids prefer a 15-minute game, and about 45% use 10 minutes. You gotta keep in mind that with rentals, a single high cap magazine will last a rental player about 8-ish to 10 minutes. So once we start kicking it up to 15, it's kind of not fair if you're a rental player, because then what do? Like, you only have 1 mag, you only get that experience. I mean, you can't tell a rental, just be like, hey, don't shoot as much. That's not how rentals are programmed, my guy. So that's why we kind of vary it, but I don't really expect us, on a public play day, I don't expect us to go above 15 minutes. We won't transition to an all 15-minute format, but my staff does have standing orders to vary it from 10 to 15 if they see it's grooving well. This was crazy. 76% of you nerds stay at my field from open to close? Would you watch sports? What are you doing? Bro, I don't stay from open to close, and it's my field. Crazy. I'm trying to watch UFC fights in football. I don't always get to, though, so I feel that. I have a fun thing planned in the fall for GBBPs and GBBRs that if you're a GBBR user, you're going to love what I have planned for an event in the fall. You're going to love it. That doesn't apply. 72% of these respondents have not competed in any of our tournaments. I do have some stuff planned for newer players. So right now, if you want to get paid, check out that new 3-player format that I have, the 3-player TDM, where the first place team wins $450 cash. 18 and up only. I do have some, for lack of a better explanation, lower tier, amateur, kid-friendly formats coming up. One of them should be announced next Monday. If you're in the Discord, you already know what's up. Pardon me. But I do have some stuff planned for, getting kids into competitive airsoft, because it's super fun. But what I don't like is when kids think of tournaments or competitive airsoft, they think $500 loadouts and $400 setups and all. They think money pit of guns. No, it's just a game. It's just a fun game you could play. How do you get crazy when you gunfight in COD? No, you just do it with pub players or randos or whatever, and it's just a fun way to play. I did bump that prize money up because I I added another player. So it's a 3-player format that's $450. The 2-player Deuces Wild for the 2-on-2, that prize money stays the same. So now I'm trying to see how popular that 3-player format gets. Oh Oh boy. Do you regularly attend our night games? 58% said yes. Boy, do I have some fun stuff planned for some of our night games. Would love to see tourneys on Saturdays because it's kind of hard to take Sunday. Lincoln, you bring up a good point. So how do I want to word this? Dilemma, I guess you could say, is what days should I hold tournaments on? Because most of the kids that would currently compete in tournaments, they all come Sundays. Not so much Saturdays. So Saturdays, not as... So that's kind of another thing I would like to experiment with, is that I might do a Saturday tournament, just a simple Saturday thing, just to appeal to a different demographic of players. So, like, specifically not targeting those regular Sunday Speedfield players that are doing, the guys that are in the syndicate events, the guys that do Speed QB regularly. This would be, like, a different demographic. I'd try to reach out to players, but then you have to weigh, like, how good is that going to be? How successful is that going to be? How many resources do I need to allocate for that? Bro, let me tell you how much of a pain in the tuchus it is to do tournaments. Do you rent tracer units? We do rent tracer units. We do. I have some super fun stuff planned for the night games. I don't know if I told you guys. In the summer, we're going to try and do 2 night games a month because of how hot it is in the daytime. So we might there will be some weekends in summer we don't do anything during the day and we just do a night game. So that's something I want to experiment with. I do want to grow. I am tired of doing everything big on Sundays, and I feel you. I totally feel you on that one, homie. Do you like we're having more specialty days? 13% of you said you did not like that we do specialty days like Milsim Day, Kids Day, etc. How dare you? How dare you, sir? 86% said they love it. Which have you attended? This is something that I find interesting. 39% have not attended any of our special events. They haven't gone to a Milsim Day, a Kids Day, anything fun. Okay. So that, again, I have some really fun stuff planned for this year with like some special events that will be on regular public play days, but there will be like a cool optional thing you can do for the main field, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, let me just jump on renting you guys out. Nods. I want a younger brother, so can you... I mean, if you got like a cousin or a nephew, I'd be okay with that. So here's... How dare you, Caribou? So the problem, I don't want to say the problem. Kids Day is hard to do. Not hard to do, but how do I want to word this? I like Kids Day because there is a population of players that don't like playing against like dudes in their 20s, like they get real intimidated. So I want something to be more kid friendly. That should make sense. But what I don't want to happen is like 10 or like a family of 15 just brings like one 12-year-old nephew who doesn't play a whole lot, and then all those adults just go out there and wreck kids. Like that's happened before. That's why I had to add in like immediate family only. We had dudes that are like, "Hey, grab your uncle. Let's go wreck all these kids, even though we're adults." Like, what are you doing? Yeah, it was fun. I have looked into renting night vision. Homie never got back to me because he had like a GoPro package I wanted to rent because I wanted to rent nods for night game footage. But yeah, real fun. Do you follow us on, so everyone, Instagram, Discord, YouTube, big top 3 for us. But makes sense because that's what I push the most. Facebook, not so much. I'm not worried about Facebook because so many of that is just like the parent demographic. I'm fine with that. There are 3 people out of the 109 or whatever that do not like how active we are on social media. What? Okay, moving on. Social media platforms you regularly use: YouTube, Instagram, Discord. I'm not getting a TikTok for the field. It's not going to happen because TikTok hates gun content. And if you look at all the airsofters that have TikToks, they have to be very careful with their content because, like, if you look at OC Airsoft and how many times he's had his TikTok just deleted or suspended because of gun content, TikTok's not worth it for Airsoft. And they don't monetize it very. Yeah. Like if you look at what Airsoft Hemi posts about TikTok, it's not worth it. It's just not. Facebook, Twitch. I am going to try. I do have plans for Twitch, for our field's Twitch. You probably won't see much active on that until spring, late spring, early summer. I do have some plans to grow the Twitch just because I'm a big Twitch user. I love Twitch. I think it's fun. Well, to be fair, TikTok isn't toxic. Airsofters can be toxic. TikTok is just a platform. How can we be a better field? No two-story buildings. Nope. No, I'm not. We're not doing trouble with terrace down on regular play, and we're not going to get the field any bigger. 1 or 2 more center buildings or barriers. So Daniel and Cotton were out today doing some modifications to the field. So food trucks. I've tried to reach out to food trucks, but I don't want to say the problem because that doesn't seem like the right word. The difficulty with food trucks lies is so many of them want a guarantee. So let's say I hit up Bob's food truck and said, hey, we have this many kids, come out. Bob's going to go, cool, I expect to make $5,000, and if I don't make that $5,000, you have to pay the difference. Like, whoa, bro. So food trucks are hard just because of the negotiations, and the money part of it is what stops them from coming out to the field. Because we tell them, hey, you can show up here and you make what you make, you keep what you keep. They go, nah, we need a guarantee. So, I mean, if you know a food truck that wants to come out, tell them to slide in my DMs. Yeah, that's a real conversation we have had, Place. That's a real conversation I've had with several of them. I mean, if you think about it, like, if a food truck goes to, let's say, so they have, like, those big food truck events, so they ball out there. They go to fairs. They go to, like, large, established, non-niche events. Airsoft is a niche event. There's no way for me to guarantee how many people are going to come out. So, I mean, yeah. If you have a choice between going to Denios or a car show or, you know, some sort of big event that's guaranteed to have more participants than an airsoft field, bro, I ain't mad. Struggle's real, though. 1 or 2 more buildings in the center. Daniel and Cotton were out there sort of modifying and moving some windows around. We're gonna change the kill house around a little bit, try and make that a little bit easier for near side. So what I want to do is see if I can make the kill house more near side friendly, but make the surrounding more far side friendly on the outside. Does that kind of make sense? Please recognize DMRs and have a separate rule set for those. I bet that was you, Matt. I will talk to Ethan about an AEG DMR rule set. Boy, when you yell for a living, your throat's always trash. I am thinking about having a DMR rule set specific for Milsim Day, but it wouldn't be maybe more than about 415, 420 FPS, somewhere in there. But it would be a very specific rule set. So I'll talk to Ethan. I'll see if our insurance would be okay with that. I'm sure they would. I mean, I'm not against it, but you gotta remember, like, as soon as I say we can allow DMRs in Milsim Day, everyone's gonna try and slap a giant scope on a combat machine. Now, a 223 base rifle is not a DMR. Stop it. Moving on. Update wood walls. Daniel today was out there swapping. So slowly throughout the week, my guys are at the field swapping out those older wood panels for newer wood panels. That's a thing. So we are trying to actively do that. More air tank. Bro, who you telling? We were really good at selling HPA. Different game variations. Public play game design is super tough because there are so many newer level players. It's harder to do a more advanced game on a public play because it's challenging enough just to teach them how to call a hit and respawn. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's the big challenge for me right now. That's why I created Milsim Day. The rules are way more advanced. But public play, I have some stuff lined up. I have some stuff lined up that I want to do with public play. We are trying to think of more public play games to vary and to throw in there and try and bring some old stuff back. But you have to keep in mind that we cater to the majority of players. That's just how it goes. If you want like more game variation, Milsim Day, bro, this Saturday. It's super nerdy. More specialty games like Milsim Day. New. Just ended that rant. Come to Milsim Day. We're not putting cars on the field. Never gonna happen. Make it seem more like a training town, less like a paintball field. No. If you go to like GamePod, you can see how that sort of layout goes wrong. Because the longer the engagement, the more problems you're gonna have. That's just the way Airsoft goes. So that field is designed. No pallets because they're kind of a pain. Usually we just make our own frames. We'll make our own frames and kind of do our own thing, but dude, pallets are a pain in the butt. If you look at like longer engagements, that's where all the you didn't call it, that's where that comes from. That's why our field is such a maze, because in theory, it should reduce the amount of hit shrugging or at least the accusations. You want a bigger field, you got to go to All Patriot. We will always be a super airtight maze of a field. You want something different, you got to go to a different field. Straight up, I'm going to be real. Can you do a weeknight once a month during winter months? The problem we had with weeknights, once the time change came, is most kids aren't even out of school till 2, 3 o'clock. So the earliest we could have feasibly opened would be 4. In the winter, bro, it gets dark by 5, 6 o'clock sometimes. And we're not going to throw lights out there. We don't have enough lighting to make that worth it. So in the winter, no. During the summer, I'm looking to explore the possibility. I'm going to be real. Bro, if I could open 7 days a week, I would. It's just a matter of how much money am I going to make. And I know that sounds really Scroogey, but welcome to business. I got to pay a guy to run it. How much money am I going to make? Is it worth our time? It sucks. Full auto during night games. You can. Go in the speed field, the side field, or the wasteland. Has a great flow. Thank you. Did a castle building like you had. The problem we kept having with, not necessarily a 2-story, so the elevated platform buildings, like the old school castle we had, was, let's say this is the tower, right? So say the player is this logo. If I'm 2 buildings back, if I'm super far back, I have to shoot up. If I don't know how to shoot, or if I'm shoulder or hip firing, all those BBs are going to fly over that tower and go in the parking lot. That's why your cars get hit, even with the nets up, with no elevated buildings, is because kids don't know how to hold a friggin' rifle. That's why. We can't. Not because we don't want to have those elevated. Dude, I loved the castle. I had so many plans and things I wanted to do creatively with that. But players don't know what they're doing. Players ruin the experience. They don't know what they're doing. We just can't create nets high enough. There are BBs. You know that grass section in between us and the junior high school? There's BBs in there. And it's not from kids test firing. It's from dudes lobbing them over, trying to shoot kids in the towers. That's why. That's why we pulled it. It's just a big pain in the tuchus. Even now, like, even with the nets up, my truck still gets hit with BBs. What? How? So I feel you, and it's not because we don't want to. It's because it creates more problems than it solves. Honestly, that's how I see airsoft game design, is like video game design. To me, there shouldn't be a difference. Like, I don't understand why you can't really articulate from a creative standpoint the difference between video gameplay and airsoft gameplay. It's the same core concept. That center speed field was cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was really cool. The problem that I want the main field to be specific in one way. I want each field to have a specific experience. If that makes sense. That's why I like the kill house. Plus there's more games that we can do with that kill house than versus that speed field. That's why. More game type tactics, more realistic strategy. You need to come to Milsim Day. Milsim Day is 100% what you want. If you want more tactics, teamwork, and realistic strategy, you need to stop coming to public play sessions. You need to come to Milsim Day. I'm gonna be real. More open. No, never. We will not. Listen to me. We will never, ever, ever, ever be sniper DMR friendly. It's not going to happen, kids. You're coming to the wrong field if you want to be a sniper. Stop. If you love the sniper role, you should hate my field. By design. By design. If you love shields, don't come to my field. We're not a shield-friendly field. We're not a DMR-friendly field. We're not a sniper-friendly field. You know who is? All Patriot. Those guys are dope. They have a big open field. You should go there. It's a wonderful field. It's run by my friend Casey. He's a great guy. He's just as big as goofy as I am. It's great. Huh. Yeah, unless you're trying to like quick scope, which would be cool. Another day of play. Who you telling? I'm trying to get this money. Concrete. No. Concrete? Do you hate everyone around you? Do you want to see the world burn? No concrete. Never. Absolutely not. Your shield is different. That thing is a beast. It's more of a breaching shield. Different types of cover. Fair. Certain windows covered with... No. I don't like... Why would you ever concrete? Look, it says straight up. It only has the word concrete. No. Bro. Silly kids. Pardon me. Oh, where did it go? Someone wanted us to cover like windows. Where was that response? I also thought it would be cool for certain windows to be covered with paper or something that can be shot through. Nope. It creates more problems than it solves. Right? When, like, you'll see, who does it? Oh, what's Jay's, my buddy Jay's field. Revolution, Airsoft Revolution 15 does it. I think Strike Force does it. I think Miami does it. Where some of the windows will have like just a piece of fabric. The problem is that you see these arguments of, no, I shot you through the window. Like, no, bro, the thing is here protecting me. Like, no, I gotta put... It creates more problems than it solves. I'm gonna be real. That's why. I've specifically designed my field, and I constantly evolve my field to be as problem-free as possible. But you see like these fields like, oh, they have like this cool aesthetic effect where they have like these torn drapes. Like, yeah, and then go look at how many kids are arguing over those drapes on like videos you're not seeing. Like, I'm not putting that on my field. Nope. Not because I don't think it's not aesthetically cool. I think it adds like this really cool aesthetic value, but from like an execution standpoint, it's just going to cause players to fight. I'm Gucci. I see how that could cause arguments. Yeah, that's fair. More objective-based games. I agree. I'm actively trying to make more games. Now, I do have some cool special events that I have planned. But you have to keep in mind, from a sales perspective, if I do a bunch of Milsim Day games all the time on my public play, well, then I feel like I watered down the value of Milsim Day. Like, there should be like this like limited edition, you can only do it once a month kind of thing, and then public play is just public play. That makes sense. So that's something I'm trying to actively do, is keep that distinction between, if you want this, you need to go here. You want this, you need to go here. Instead of just cramming everything in a blender and mixing it all and hoping I get, something cool. Like, I'm not doing that. I don't game that way. Drop the entry fee back down to $10. No. Heck no. We would most likely go out of business. That's kind of how much our overhead is right now. Cool if the main had a more It would be cool for the main field to have a more CQB midfield and have sidelines. Oh, so you're saying like long lanes on the side? Like, no. So that is also, Brandon makes a good point. No matter what game you play for public, it's going to turn into TDM because Brennels are going to go, what's the rules? I'm just going to shoot this kid. No, you can use high caps on Milsim Day. Yeah, you totally can. So this suggestion says make a middle portion, but the perimeter should be long lines of sight. Nope, that's how kids get swept, and that's where problems come in. So you shouldn't be able to run in a straight line for more than 5 seconds on my field. 3 to 5 second rushes, kids. You want a Milsim field? There you go. I incorporate a 3 to 5 second rule. But you should never be able to sprint unencumbered, or like there should never be a line of sight for more than about 5 seconds, 5 to 6 seconds sprint worthy on my field. That's specifically by design. Otherwise, kids are just going to all bunch up on one side and just sweep the same side over and over again, and everyone's going to complain. That's what we used to have in the Airsoft ministry days, and that's what would always happen. You'd get 3 or 5 kids just all the way down the perimeter and just take everyone out. It's called the flank. Not going to happen. Get a bigger store. Who you telling? I like that when the games are uneven, the refs will switch players to even them out. Thanks. Can't think of anything. James runs a tight ship. Thanks. 2-story buildings. Get out. No. More refs for tournaments. Yeah. Tacos did bring up plexiglass to the speed field that I like using for the speed field, but plexi on the main field is just going to be a problem, I feel like. Can we play infected more? I'm okay with it. If the player base can vibe well with it, but you got to remember with infected, again, it's an advanced rule set. People are going to forget. You're just going to, at some point, people forget the rules or they weren't paying attention and they just keep respawning over and over again. I'm okay with it as long as the field would vibe well with it. You can buy your own. Yeah, you can buy your own team armbands. I put that. When did I drop that rule? Like early January? Yeah, go back in my hard post for this thing, and you should see more. You should see that post in there. But yeah, you can buy your own armbands. I encourage it. I mean, if you want to keep spending $5 a head, I'll take your money, my guy. More refs. You can never have enough refs. Nothing. Thanks. Bring back some of the old games. I agree. More game modes. You're right. 100% right. Longer match times. Not mad at that. Allow some full auto bursts with restrictions. No. Again, Milsim Day. You want a full auto or burst? You need to come Milsim Day. You need to be a commando for the Sigma 6. Matt, you're not wrong. We've thought about trying to implement something like that. We just don't know how. Well, you ain't wrong, homie. I'm telling you. If you see kids are spawn camping on your team, just shoot them. Go back and look at my earlier IG posts. What I always used to do. If you're still here by the time I get back, I'm going to shoot you myself. It worked. Working very well. Let a shield player shoot from behind the shield if our shield is small. No. I am going to modify some shield stuff for Milsim Day. I don't think it will be a character class. I haven't decided. I'll figure something out. Of course you can do that. Friendly fire counts, right? If they're still camping, just shoot them in the butt. Be nice. I mean, don't be like, hey, you still here? Cool. Like, oh, whoa, 1-star Google review, somehow my fault. But if, like, some kid's just camping and not moving, just shoot them in the butt. Be like, hey, you want to play laser tag? You should went to the bowling alley. I think I put a 30 RPS limit on full auto for Milsim Day. 25 or 30. I think I capped it at 30. I'd have to double check what the rules say. It's either 25 or 30. I think it's 30. I think. SWAT police type game mode would be hard. I thought about a Leosim Day, but no one would come to it. But you're not wrong. Yeah, Brandon, 25 RPS. Brandon's right. I think Brandon's right. Check-in at 11. First game was until 12:30. So that is usually dependent upon staffing and how fast we can start getting through check-in. Yeah, you can use the spear as a melee weapon. As long as it's rubber, I don't care. You can't stab anyone. As long as it adheres to the normal melee weapon rules, I'm cool with it. Start time is completely dependent upon how many staff I have at the time and how busy we get for check-in. That is 100% dependent upon that. We're trying to keep our rules briefing to no more than 10 minutes, but sometimes there's more newer players, sometimes there's a bunch of new player questions. 10 minutes is the goal. You're perfect. Thanks. Why do you come to our field? It's close. Decently priced. Decently? We're amazingly priced. Who are you telling? It's close. Fun staff. It's close. It's close. First place ever went. It's close. It's not expensive. It's close. I'm seeing a theme. Closest to me. Been to game pods so many times looking for something different. I prefer outdoor fields too. Are we really an outdoor field though? Like, we just happen to be outdoors. We have an indoor layout though. Are we? I mean, legally, COVID-wise, we're an outdoor field. It's way easier to do business, but our field is tighter than most. Like, we have a way tighter layout than City. Way tighter. Way tighter. Shoot people in the face and have fun. I mean, at some point, we'll probably put that on a t-shirt. My kid got shot in the face at True Aim. Bumper sticker idea. Love the vibes. Good service. James, that's me. 10 minutes away, close to me, close to me, close to me, close to me. Clearsoft Day. I'm not going to make any money. If you want to have that on the side field, I'm okay with it. I thought about a Leo sim like a whole day. The problem is with what they call Leo sim, law enforcement simulation airsoft. When I see dudes try to do a Leo sim, they don't have a background in law enforcement, and it's just deathmatch. So as someone who was a police officer, what I don't like about Leo sim is it's just direct action missions. That's not law enforcement simulation, kids. That's milsim. That's SWAT sim, or whatever cool term you want to use. So I did want to put some, like a game together where it would be like sticks or like different like calls for service, and you would actually be like a patrol officer and you would take different calls for service, but it would be way more RP than direct action, and I feel like not a lot of kids would enjoy that. But it is something I've considered doing, and I would bring in like all my old buddies that were cops to like help them sort of go through events, and it'd be like what explorers do basically. That's what I would do. So yeah, that's something I'm working to do, but I probably, when would I do it? That's the thing. Like, how would I incorporate that in? I couldn't have that replace something. There's something in there. Rainbow Six games, I've looked at it. If you noticed my most recent post, we have a bomb prop. Oh boy. First I have to figure out how to use that thing. And then that bomb prop is only going to be used at, you guessed it, Milsim Day. Because I don't want some casual breaking my bomb that I've been waiting for since I ordered it in October. I ordered it in October. I got it today. I'm not going to let just anyone use this thing. I'm not. It's going to break. Someone put the number 78 as a response. Someone put the letter D. I don't know what to do with that. Fun, 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 fun. Close, fun, great. James is great. Beard, beard, beard. Taco gang. That's like the gist of it. Compare us to other fields. Better CQB, good layout, nice refs and players. Yay! I don't know. A lot of people haven't gone anywhere. Never been to another field, never been to another field, haven't gone to any airsoft fields. You guys the only airsoft field. Yo, go to another field. Stop just coming to my field all the time. Go to All Patriot. Go to Combat Zone Paintball up in Oroville. Go to City. Like, go to other fields, bro. Yeah, I know, right? New prior commitments. Let me straighten this out. There we go. Oh, no. Hello. Hold, please. Technical difficulty. Actually, this is probably fully charged. Let me just prop that like that. Hello. A lot of people have not been to any other field, which is cool, I guess. It's flattering that you've never felt the need to go to any other field because I give you everything you need as a business, I guess. Ooh, as much as I love GamePod's field, the cheaters and lack of refs make it a big turnoff. Yikes. Interesting. Yeah, most people have never been to a field. That's crazy. What are some factors you consider in going? Close, availability, schedule, weather, blah, blah, blah. What's my battery at? Am I full here? Ooh, yeah, 89%. That's cool. Whether my friends are going or not. Staff. A ride. Fair. How many more questions do I have? 3 more questions. What are some new things you're hoping to see in 2022? Special events. Correct. I have new special events coming out. Let me open my calendar so I'll give you some spoilers, but I won't give you the specifics. I will give spoilers, kind of. Teasers, that's the word I want. Not spoilers, teasers. I'm so old, bro. We do have a... Where is it? There was I not... March? In March, we will have what I consider... Lincoln, on Sunday, talk to Ethan or Daniel about basketball, because they love playing that game mode. It's an easy game mode to run. Talk to them about it. They'll be running the field. I will not post my True Aim calendar because it's where I keep all my secrets. In March 13th, we will be having an event, what I can call a big event, very specific, open for everyone. It's going to be on a Sunday. That's going to be cool. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be very cool. I think it's very cool. You may be like, oh, that's not cool. Like, all right, it's because you hate fun. March 13th, I am planning a event. I will start talking about that. What is it? Probably about the end of February. I'm going to start talking about that. I don't think. Probably the last Monday in February, I'll start talking about it. Maybe like the Monday before, maybe like the 21st of February, I'll start talking about it. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. We have a huge event, what I consider to be a huge event, April 23rd. It's gonna be a huge event. Again, what I would consider a huge event. Gonna be super fun. So there's that. That's gonna be crazy fun, I think. So there's that. Yeah. That's going to be in April. Nothing currently planned in May. Summer, nothing big. Nothing big for summer, because we get dead numbers basically, so I'm not really doing anything crazy with summer. The whole point of us in summer from May to about August is just financially survive. So we're not doing anything crazy. About the end of September, I have an event planned, and that's about as far as I've gotten with planning. So that's real. So yeah, we will have more special events. Open during weekdays during summer. It's possible. CSL is, what's the date on that? Where did I put it? Not May, it's too far. Where did I put the CS? Bro, why is it not on my calendar? I put it here the other day. I'm dumb. There it is. 9th. April 9th. I'm trying to do something that day with a couple buddies. I need to wait and see what money looks like. I'm trying to do something pretty cool. Oh, I do have another cool thing coming up. What? February 27th, I'm doing a cool thing for the speed field. So keep an eye out for that. Shooting competitions, yes. More as that unfolds. Kind of. Open during weekdays during summer, we will explore that possibility. Maybe a Wednesday during summer, like a Wednesday evening kind of thing. Maybe. I'm not against that. We just have to see what the weather looks like, what staffing looks like. You know, we just have to gauge it. But if I was to do any weekday, in summer, it would probably be a Wednesday. Mondays, consistently not that great. Everyone's got sort of all that energy they burned off on Sunday. By about Wednesday, most dudes are ready to rock and roll. So probably Wednesdays. Better pro shop, more windows. More windows in the trailer? Because I'm not cutting that thing. New spawn points? No. It's been the same since Ministry. Yeah, because it works. Different field layout and game modes. Working on that. Field layout changes. We might do another build day. We're not sure. Maybe in the fall we'll do a new layout. We're not sure. We are not getting a golf cart. I already asked Ethan. He said no. NPCs for Milsim Day. Hold that thought. Why did my screen go blank? Here we go. That was scary. More people. I'd love that. More strange guns. No, they don't sell. Nothing more people involved in Milsim Day. Who are you telling? The number 78. Again, I don't know what that means. IEDs. They will add more. No, you want us to put airsoft bombs throughout the field? No. Just get better with a gun. How's that? Titan batteries in the shop. We have a bunch. Trading and sale days. Okay. So I see it says trading/sale days offered at True Aim. I see this two ways. You're either talking about a swap meet day, which I've already addressed in the Discord why I won't do swap meet days, or you're talking about in the shop, like some sort of store credit for a used gun kind of thing. I'm not against it. Not while we're at our current location, though. It's just because we're so limited on space, it's just not feasible for us. New game modes. Slide in my DMs. What game modes do you want, bro? New, happier people starting to play for the first time. You get to a point in Airsoft where it's hard to get happy because you're just like, bro, everyone around me is terrible. Or weird. No. Bigger store. Be great. We're not doing bombs on the Airsoft field. No, absolutely not. Monk Customs product in stock. We're waiting. That's en route, I think. More fields. Nope. Church said no. We have as much space as they will let us have. We asked to go to the... We asked for more of that. Jaden, go into our Discord and... Let me see where I posted it. I think I put it in the announcements. Let me open my Discord. We asked the church if we could have more space. They're like, no, you guys are good. Like, okay, cool. Plus, we'd have to spend so much more on the land, and it's not worth it right now. If you go to our Discord, Jaden, in the announcements channel, I clearly go over why we don't do swap meet dates. Very clearly, just tell about that. More new kids on the field. I'm Facebook pushing as much as I can. A league. I'm working on that. More Milsim. I can't even get hardly that many people to show up to the Milsim we have. Frequent map changes. Frequent? How's annual? Is annual biannual? Is that frequent? Any more than that, you're out of your head. You know how much of a pain in the butt it is to move that stuff around with 3 people? Bro, who are you telling? Saturday tournaments. That could be a thing. I'm gonna be real. That will probably be a thing. I just have to figure out how. Because I'm only doing so much until we get closer to the CSL event, because I don't want to do too much too close to CSL in April and like possibly water that down. I want as many people to go to CSL as possible. That's why. What did you see in 2021? Or what did you see in 2021 that you hope to not see this year? What did you see last year you don't want to see this year? COVID. Less shooting at street. I'm trying. Nothing getting dragged on because of gun types. Yeah, I can see that. Cheaters and YouTube glory hogs. I already kicked one of those kids. Giving kids money can get tricky. Yeah, I will never do a money tournament for minors. Not gonna happen. Overshooting and cheaters. Do we really have that many? More mask requirements. Like full face mask requirements? Because, no. I'm not gonna. There are some fields, like paintball fields. What is it? Jake's Field, the guy that owns Predator, that Combat Zone. up in Oroville, if you're playing Airsoft on his fields, you have to have full coverage. I'm not mad at that. Less speed softer than the main. I don't know what a speed softer is, bro. No such. It doesn't exist to me. We're all inclusive, okay? So you need to like be way more Airsoft progressive. Nerd. Bad attitudes and fighting. Have there really been that much fighting? We get one like every other month, but I feel like compared to other fields, like across the nation, we're doing pretty good. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. One, we would have to explore the legal side of giving a minor money, and I'm not even going into that. The other side is, to me, it's too close to gambling for me, and I just don't want to set that up for kids. And it's easier for adults. I don't want kids in money tournaments because I want the tournaments to be easier. So I want less, sounds crazy, I want less players in it. I want only adults in there, so it makes my job easier. If that makes sense. People who don't call hits, good luck. Don't worry, in the summer, once we start pulling hoodies, kids are going to call those hits. I haven't seen too many. I haven't seen too many conflicts. Night game kids that turn their light off for tactical advantage. Oh, that's game specific. Okay, that's a game specific thing. Yeah. I get that. Players better not get banned this year. I mean, I've already banned one kid twice. He's on his last strike. We're not even 28 days into the month. I've already got a kid on thin ice. Armband rule, I did modify that. I see nothing. Engagement distance rule. I don't know what that means. Like, you want to see an MED? Because you will never get a minimum engagement distance at my field. Never. Never. If you don't want to play point blank headshots, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Lack of use in the speed field. I mean, I'm trying to do more with it, but I can only do so much. People full autoing each other. I mean, if it's not on the main field, they're allowed to do that. I'm fine with it. You know what's funny about full autoing? Like, you can run a gauntlet for a kid's birthday. Kids love it. Two guys gorillaing each other. Instagram goes crazy. They hate it. Hilarious. Kids shoving gun barrels in the dirt. Who are you telling? Yeah, other than that, everyone's pretty happy with what we got. What would you like to see us sell in our shop? Camo varieties. Nope. That's not happening. You know how hard it is to move clothing? It's size specific, camos. It's too finicky. It's way too niche. It's too specific. I can't sell camo products. Unless you're talking about like accessories, like pouches or something, that's different. Rent the speed field. I'm not against it on a weekend. I'm not against it. Weekends would be hard because currently when someone makes a birthday party, they kind of expect to be able to play all the fields. That's how we work it. So I'm not against it, but it would be more of a case by. I'm not against it. It would be case by case. I'm gonna be real. Be a case by case thing. More variety in patches and attachments. We did restock patches last weekend, and more attachments, more grips. But those grips keep selling out so fast, it's hard to keep them in stock. More guns or gear, more gear. Hot food, I wish. Charged batteries and gas. We sell gas. You mean charged gas? How do you charge gas? Charged batteries, no power. More gun options, no space. Right now, the only guns we're selling are the guns we can, or the only guns we will carry are the guns that we can sell quickly. If it's on this shelf for more than a month, I shouldn't have to, it doesn't belong in my trailer. That sounds really crummy. It doesn't sound very specific at all, but because of the space we're limited to right now, that's our only option. Which sucks, but I don't like it. I would love to sell every type of gun. I'm a video game nerd, but it doesn't move, and we only have so much shelf space. More gear, more gear, more gear. AK drum mags. Really? Really? Design a jersey. That's a lot. Monk custom stuff is coming. So I'm trying to get more primary adapters for like the CZs, but I think they're constantly sold out. Like, let me find out real quick. Let me look it up. I'm not against, I want to sell those CZ adapters, but they're constantly sold out. Yeah, so like if you go and look at their website right now, the CZ, the P09 adapter, sold out. That bad boy is not in stock. So that's upsetting. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I want to sell them too. I don't like stickers because they just go everywhere. I don't want stickers all over the field. Patches I'm fine with. Titan batteries, I'm trying to carry more Titan batteries in stock because a lot of kids love those. I run Titans in all my guns, so I am trying to. But again, as soon as I get them in stock, kids are like, "You got Titan batteries? Let me get 5 of them." Like, okay. And then I got to order more. I am doing a Speed QB order Monday. I will be ordering some of their new belts, chest rigs, and a bunch of their new magazine colors. So I'm gonna get some of that. High Kappa parts are really hard to get right now. Like I've been looking high and low. The thing to get Bluetooth to a USB link for Bluetooth. I thought we had some of those. Maybe we sold out. More masks. We ordered some. We are going to start carrying some Cubbysoft stuff. I'm going to have to find space for it. I'll probably do that first order next month, maybe the next couple months, because we don't have any space for it, and Cubbysoft doesn't really move that fast. So, but I am planning on. We reached out to Cubby. We just have to figure out a first order. So I'll probably, maybe the next month or so, maybe. They have good stuff. I get down with their gear. More High Kappa parts, like safety hammer. Where? And that is it. That is the end of the survey results. Thank you everyone for taking that survey. Obviously, as you can see, I am going to be using these results for on the field. We've already, even before kids were suggesting this stuff, I had already thought of it and I started doing it for a lot of the events. I already started planning that. Some of the field modifications and the layouts and stuff like that we'd already started doing, but I'm really happy to see that what I was doing was stuff kids were wanting to see anyway. So that's cool. Like, this isn't just like, I want to do this for a specific reason to make my life easy. Like, oh, kids want this anyway? Score. So that's cool. Sell more, unique, no. If it has the word unique or obscure, I'm not selling it. Not that many people are going to buy it. We had a SCAR the Cybergun Scar on our shelves for months. We had a G36 on our shelves for months. No one even wanted to hold them. So no, I'm not selling obscure gear anytime soon. At least not. If I can find a bigger space, sure. But with the trailer we have, I'm not even selling multicam stuff, bro. Not gonna happen. So that's it. Thank you for everyone for taking the survey. I really appreciate it. Please keep telling your friends about it. I do constantly look at this data. Please join our Discord server. The link is in our IG bio. And this Saturday is Milsim Day. If you have questions about Milsim Day and you've read the rules already, slide in my DMs. Send me a DM. I'll usually answer it within a couple hours or sooner. Read the rules for Milsim Day, you lazy dorks. What's wrong with you? Like, so many people are like, hey, is this solid black combat shirt okay for Milsim Day? Like, why can't you read? Can't have anything nice. So that's it. So I'm going to end this stream. I love all of you. I will see you this Saturday for Milsim Day. Bye.